Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Thanking Allah the Almighty for giving His Majesty the Sultan good health tops Al-Jum'ah sermon speeches in various mosques of the Sultanate. Processions and celebrations continue in various governorates of the Sultanate on getting assured of His Majesty's health. And the advisor of U.S. Congress for Middle East Affairs stresses that Muscat is an important station to complete the Iranian nuclear file talks. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in details. Citizens of various governorates and wilayas of the Sultanate continued celebrating on the occasion of getting assured of the health of His Majesty Sultan. The sermons spoke about numerous meanings and lessons derived from solidarity, cooperation and compassion among Muslims and Arabs. They added that Muslim is neither to feel frightened of the world and is rather supposed to promote prosperity, peace and mercy. Preachers in all mosques prayed today for His Majesty, requesting Allah the Almighty to bestow him with good health and a safe return to the Sultanate. The processions and celebrations continue in various governorates of the Sultanate on the occasion of getting assured of the health of His Majesty the Sultan. In continuation of allegiance and gratitude processions in the Sultanate, citizens of the Wilaya of Bukha in the Governorate of Musandam organized a convoy of cars to join the celebrations on the occasion of getting assured of the health of His Majesty the Sultan. The cars were decorated with the Sultanate's flag and pictures of His Majesty the Sultan, and the citizens were chanting the name of His Majesty the Sultan, performing national songs and prayers to bestow upon His Majesty good health and raising national flags. While in the Wilaya of Khasab, the Omani Women Association organized an artistic ceremony with the participation of women and children to express their joy on this occasion. Meanwhile, citizens of the Wilaya of Ibri in the Governorate of Al-Dhahira expressed their profound delight to see His Majesty the Sultan in good health and their hope for his return to the homeland. In the wilayas of Mirbat and Sadah at Governorate of Dhofar, a loyalty and gratitude march is held for the builder of Oman, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. The citizens celebrated this occasion with various genuine Omani art. The Ittihad Club in the Wilaya of Salala held various celebrations expressing sincere greetings and best wishes for His Majesty the Sultan. Students and teachers of the Wilaya of Al-Mudaybi in the Governorate of North Sharqiya also organized marches to express joy on occasion of getting assured of the health of His Majesty the Sultan. They chanted songs and slogans that express their sincere feelings towards His Majesty the Sultan. While in the Wilaya of Manah at the Governorate of Ad-Dakhiliya, the citizens prayed to Almighty Allah, who endowed His Majesty with good health, praying to Almighty to protect His Majesty and bestow upon him health and happiness. In the Governorate of Muscat, the citizens in the Wilaya of Qurayyat gathered to hold the longest picture of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to express their love, loyalty and gratitude to the country's leader. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television. The Sultanate is hosting next Sunday the crucial negotiations round of Iran nuclear file between Iran, USA and the European Union. Many American, European officials and a number of specialists described Muscat round of negotiations will be the most important one to complete the nuclear file. Dr. Walid Faris, advisor of U.S. Congress for Middle East Affairs, stressed that Muscat round is very important for the negotiations, which should come up with a sound result to remove the doubts of the Iranian nuclear file. He also indicated that the Sultanate, which enjoys excellent relations with all parties, is the best place to hold these talks. Within the framework of reviewing the joint cooperation aspects between the Sultanate and Singapore in the legal and law fields, Sheikh Dr. Ishaq bin Ahmed Al Busaidi, Chairman of the Supreme Court, met with His Excellency Shanmugam, Minister of Law in Singapore. Chairman of High Court also met His Excellency Sindarish, Chairman of Singaporean Law. The law delegation visit aimed to get acquainted with the Singaporean experiences in law field and get benefited from them to raise the work procedures efficiency in this field. Discussing of existing relations in the field of higher education and scientific research were highlighted events of the meeting, which joined Her Excellency Dr. Rawia bin Saud Al Busaidiya, Minister of Higher Education, with a number of officials at American University. The meeting aimed to increase cooperation among Sultan Qaboos University and other American educational institutions. The meeting distinguished by the presence of former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, who gave a speech in which he expressed his love to the Sultanate, appreciating strong and historical relations between both countries. The Sultanate always keen through these meetings to focus on understanding Arab and Islamic culture. Citizens of the Wilaya of Ibri in the Governorate of Al-Dhahira expressed their profound delight to see His Majesty the Sultan in good health by organizing a festival to express allegiance and gratitude. It included various poems in addition to Omani singing arts. Watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. The Sultanate Embassy in Paris, Omani Society for Writers and Literates and Authors of French Language Association organized a seminar titled Foundation Sciences for Omani Civilization. Back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. With a total cost of about 17 million Omani Riyals, the bypass bridge at Al-Batina Express Highway was opened. It is considered one of the longest flyover built according to highest international standards and traffic safety measures, which will limit the traffic jams in the area. On the other hand, or other side, the dual carriage way Al-Flayj Halban, which joined the express highway, and Nakhal Wadi Al-Maawil from the south side, is also opened through Halban Al-Tawa Al-Ajal Road. This 4 kilometers length project is worth 8 million Omani Riyals, in addition to 8.5 kilometers of service roads on both sides. His Excellency Engineer Salim bin Mohammed Al-Nuaimi and the Secretary of the Ministry of Transport and Communications stressed that the procedures are completed for choosing a contractor for the dual carriageway project of Barka Nakhal to Wadi Mustal in the Wilaya of Nakhal. A symposium of Wadi al-Ma'awil is in the history memory, revealed the history which the Wilaya enjoys. His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz al-Mandhari, Chairman of the State Council, presided over the ceremony. The symposium, which is the first of its kind in the Wilaya, aimed to remind the current generation and youth with their history and civilization. It included heritage exhibition, embodied the traditional professions in the Wilaya with the participation of various institutions. The Director General of Education in the Governorate of Dhofar organized an honoring ceremony for the students of Knowledge Development Program in the Applied Sciences College in Salalah. It was under the auspices of His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser al-Hamr, Wali of Makhshan. It came to motivate the students to exert more efforts in acquiring knowledge. The ceremony coincided with the Sultanate celebrations on the occasion of getting assured of the health of His Majesty the Sultan. It was accompanied by various activities, namely a scientific project exhibition. The students expressed their joy on this occasion. At the end, the chief guest distributed prizes to those excelled. The Ministry of Health celebrated graduation of a new batch of male and female students in health educational institutes for the academic year 2014. More details in the following report. The Ministry of Health celebrated graduation of a new batch of male and female students from various educational institutes of the Ministry of Health for the academic year 2014. The ceremony was held at the amphitheater at Al Qurm Nature Park under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Darwish bin Saif al-Maharbi, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Health for Administrative and Financial Affairs. Out of 214 graduates, 128 of them received a diploma in general nursing, diploma in health information, and diploma in dental surgery. And some of them received a post-basic diploma in various nursing specialties such as nephrology, adult and pediatric critical care nursing, infection control, and mental health nursing. While 52 of them received Cardiff University's bachelor degree in nursing implemented at Oman Specialized Nursing Institute. 34 received the Glasgow Caledonian University's bachelor degree in physiotherapy, in medical laboratory and in X-ray, all of which they are implemented at the Institute of Health Sciences. The collaboration with the two universities, Cardiff and Glasgow Caledonian University, is designed to assist in improving health services across the Sultanate through the development of healthcare professionals and is contributing to the Sultanate's Omanization policy. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television. The Sultanate Embassy in Paris, Omani Society for Writers and Literates and Authors of French Language Association organized a seminar titled Foundation Sciences for Omani Civilization with the participation of diplomats, literates and intellectuals. The seminar discussed a number of topics, mainly the mediation of the Omani Society for Writers and Literates. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman Television. And before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Thanking Allah the Almighty for giving His Majesty the Sultan good health tops Al-Jum'ah ceremony speech in various mosques of the Sultanate. Processions and celebrations continue in various governorates of the Sultanate on getting assured of His Majesty's health. And the advisor of U.S. Congress for Middle East Affairs stresses that Muscat is an important station to complete the Iranian nuclear file talks. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.